Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another exciting edition of the Triple B Experience without my Steeler hat. Friday night, 9 p.m. It's been a very busy day for yours truly. Like every day has been busy. But hey, crack a beer, get your popcorn ready. I got special field correspondent Shane Stadtmiller coming on. We're going to talk a whole bunch of stuff that's unscripted, uncut, uncensored. And we're going to talk a lot of stuff. So hopefully you guys will be entertained tonight. So just hang loose and get ready for another Triple B Experience show. Welcome everybody to another exciting Friday night edition. I feel naked without a Steeler hat on. But hey, let's get down to the brass tacks. Everybody, I'm going to welcome special field correspondent because he's a correspondent on the Experience Show, but he's also my co-host for the Steelers Dynasty podcast. He's doing probably 4 to 5 podcast shows with his West Virginia stuff and the Steelers stuff. He's busier than a hot cat on a hot tin roof. So everybody, welcome to the show, Shane Stadtmiller. Shane, how you doing?
Got me mid cup of coffee. I'll tell you what, Bubba, I'm not as busy as you are.
Wait, you're drinking coffee at 9 o'clock at night?
I drink it all day.
Oh my god! Yeah, that's crazy.
Coffee, water, and milk. That's all I drink. Nothing else.
I drink energy drinks and water.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Is that what you had when you went on Mr. Voice of the Radio?
Could you tell a little bit?
Bubba Brewer. Yeah, I listened to it. It was 21 minutes of pure propaganda for the wrestling event. I loved it.
Well, I was trying to sell myself, and I could have probably talked for another half hour, but I think, and thank you to WCCS, the voice of Indiana County Radio, Josh Widdison. Thank you for inviting me on this morning. Actually, as of right now, that video has over 1,000 hits on Facebook.
Yep,
it's about
I shared it.
About 1,400 hits today. So, so I got a phone call today for a guy who actually saw the show, and he got 6 tickets, first and second. So, and he also gave a nice little donation to the Teddy Bear Fund Drive also too. He's a military guy. So he'll get his props, so he's got the check. The check is in the mail. Tickets will be at the door for him waiting. And, he gave me a call, and, we got him hooked up today. So I was on a treadmill and I took the call. So Benjamin, thanks for tuning in. Ralph Williams, Ralph congratulates me on my radio appearance. Ralph is doing something. The video, Ralph, is on my Facebook and on WCCS in Indiana County. And Ralph sent me the stuff. Let me get to him real quick. He sent me some stuff because he has a lot of WCCS. He's got his sports corner. He's going to be doing Ralph's Opinion, Local Wrestle Talk, Ralph Williams one-on-one, all on PCTV channel, Comcast 21, Verizon 47. It's on Roku, Apple TV. So he's going to be going. He's going to be Ralph Williams is going to the TV land instead of radio land, but he's still be doing his podcast. Yeah. So big shout out to that. And he'll be doing his Wrestle Talk and all that other stuff that he's been doing with him and Smoking Jim Frazier. So how you been?
Busy. Kids had their last day of school, so they all go and they jump off a bridge, and it was cold.
Like Tulip.
And then no, it's in Lawrence County.
Oh, well.
It's off of 79. It's called Wolf Creek. And then they go run around Slippery Rock, and they.
Well, let me ask you a question. Does the sheriffs and deputies patrol that area because the kids are jumping off the bridge and stuff?
It's far enough outside of town. They literally have to get rides out there.
Well, last week, did I tell you last week that when I left your place, I went to your Get Go, and I got a foot-long hot dog. The cops followed me out of town. Sober. I was sober. Crazy.
Well, I did make a call.
You did? Okay. Thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, because you know
No.
what I told him? I'm like, hey, officers, have a great night. Be safe out there. And then I'm still finishing my foot-long hot dog because I haven't had a foot-long hot dog in years. And your Nacho Grandes up there are pretty good because I got chicken. It was $3.99 at get-go. So I was like pumped. So they came back into the parking lot, looped around, and the lady, a worker there, she's like, boy, that's strange. They came right back in the parking lot and they just left. I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm just eating this hot dog. And then I got in my car and I was getting ready to call Tammy, and I was calling Tammy, and they're following me out of Butler. And I was like, holy heck.
Little known fact, Bubba, and I'll share
Okay.
the knowledge, but the number one midnight snack of serial killers is foot-long hot dogs.
That's
They
funny.
love that processed meat at midnight.
I haven't had one. Remember the days of Burdick's over here on 286 when you could miniature golf?
Yeah.
That's the last time. That is the last time. Oh, Ralph's sending me stuff here. Ralph's Opinion Local Wrestle Talk. No local Wrestle Talk. He's on PCT TV, Pittsburgh Community TV. Okay, Ralph. Oh, okay. You got tons of shows. Tons and tons of shows. So, yeah, we got a whole bunch. I mean, I've been so busy. Like, there's not enough time in a day.
I did stupid stuff today. Like, I worked, and then after work, I waited for one of my kids to call me to pick them up. And I thought, well, I'll stop at a tractor store because I have a 10-year-old Cub Cadet, and it's a big tractor.
Okay.
But the head gasket's leaking, and it's the second Cub Cadet to have the same issue. And my first one caught on fire.
Oh, no.
I should have learned, right? So the second one's leaking in the same spot. So the head gasket kit's like $35, but it's a real pain in the butt to put in. So I stopped it to look at mowers. They're expensive as shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, my dad has to go look for a new zero turn, and they're a little pricey. But he likes to mow grass because these are all retired. But I still got the push mower, and I'm gonna have to probably everybody in my neighborhood's mowed grass, so I'm starting to feel guilty. So I might have to mow a little bit tomorrow, and so I'm off this weekend, but I'm gonna be doing some wrestling stuff, putting up some posters. And speaking of posters, I put them in sheets in Indiana, and I have to go back like 3 times.
They disappear.
Like, I don't know what's going on unless they take them and they want to autograph. I have no idea. Like, I went to 422. It's the third wrestling poster I put up at that Sheets up there by Lowe's.
You want to see what's happening here? I have a bunch of boys grabbing fishing poles, getting ready to go to Moraine fishing for striper.
They're going night fishing. Dad, where's the well, Shane has got to talk to his kids and make sure they don't sneak any 6-packs when they're going night fishing. Yeah, Ralph, see you on the 23rd. Him and Smoking Jim Frazier will be there. So, yeah. So you got your kids all situated?
Yeah, they was asking where the fishing line is. I'm like, you have all the fishing stuff. You tell me.
I wouldn't know how to tie a fishing line to save my life anymore. I haven't been fishing in probably 25 to 30 years.
They go all the time. There's Moraine is like a mile and a half away, or Lake Arthur, whatever you want to call it. And then there's Slippery Rock, and then there's they call it Eagle Run, is like a couple miles.
So you got a lot of places. You have a lot of places to go fishing.
There's lots of places to fish.
Did you ever go fishing down at Keystone Lake when you were younger? Because that's when I used to go night fishing down at Keystone.
No, but I'll tell you a fishing story. When I moved back here, I used to fish growing up all the time. That's all there was to do.
Right.
But I'll tell you, I went fishing in the Allegheny, and it was July 4th, and it was probably like 7 years ago. Okay. And I put my line in, and it had just rained. It was a day like today where it was a little bit cooler than normal, and it just rained, and the sun's shining down.
It was hot today, though, in the afternoon.
It was. It warmed up. Yeah. So the sun's shining. I'm watching these baby ducks. And they're swimming around. You know how baby ducks put the water over their head and they're really cute.
Yeah.
Quack, and I'm peeing. I'm peeing while this is happening. It's like, the world is just in a great place. All of a sudden, one of the baby ducks gets eaten by a muskie.
Oh!
Well, without even saying anything, I just kind of back up a little bit as I keep peeing. It's like, my tackle's not that long. It's not dangling in the freaking stream, but like, you're like, I don't want to get bit.
Yeah, that would make something on TMZ there. That'd be, the hospital would have to,
Look,
do
Mom,
stuff
I
like
caught a
that.
muskie. Look,
Yeah.
look, I caught a muskie.
Man, get stuff like.
Flopping around.
Good thing it wasn't a snapping turtle or nothing, man. You'd be in trouble.
Oh no,
Bill Zach, thanks for tuning in. Ralph says, see you on the 23rd. My wife, God bless her, popped on. Dana Rufner popped on. Hey, I appreciate everybody for popping on because I see the Facebook comments and stuff on tonight's show. And we are trying to get our Steeler Dynasty show. We are at 63 subscribers. Let me get to there we go, Steelers Dynasty podcast. Every Wednesday night right now at 9 p.m. We got 63. We're doing it organically. We're looking to get 70 to 100 because, we get 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours. Me and Shane could buy a cup. Well, he can buy a cup of coffee and I could buy an Iron City.
I mentioned this show on my last show and I had 15 people live.
Nice.
And at one time, I mean, there's people popping in and out, but
I mean, it is a nice night, and there's a lot of stuff going on tonight.
Right, for Friday night when the weather's nice, I was very happy with that. I mean, that's good. I think.
Yeah, I think it's really good. People popping in, and people are doing something, and they hurry up and click in, and then on our show Wednesdays, people watch the replay.
Yeah.
I mean, I will always watch all the stuff.
We have to get. Hey, listen, Facebook friends, if you're techno-tarded, call Bubba, message him. He will help you.
Yeah, I'll try.
Like and subscribe.
Yes.
To our Dynasty podcast. Okay. Just saying.
We got 63 on the YouTube. We got 500 followers or likes on the Facebook page. So I mean, I have 2 YouTube channels that I run. 2. I run a wrestling company, which will have our first show in here we go, June 23rd, Evolution. Big main event, NWA World Championship match against Big Time Bill Collier, and the double main event is Team Tap Out versus the Rad Boys. We got 8 to 9 matches. It's coming down to the wire because it's going to be 23 days after today, and it's game on. So, Tom Brown, thanks for tuning in to the Experience show tonight. So, and at 2 p.m. we got meet and greet with EC3. He's in Japan right now, wrestling right now, defending the NWA title. Yeah, he was texting me and I was texting him, and he's like, hey, I'm in Japan. I'm not on the wavelength, the wrestling wavelength. So as someone from the outside looking in, I want you to give me what can you relate in other wrestling terms, and not using wrestling terms, but so for someone wrestling in Japan, would that equate to what? Being like that's what? That's like being a AAA ball player or minor league ball player or like major league? Major league. No, you wrestle in Japan. Yeah, you wrestle in Japan. It's major. It's a privilege. It's an honor. I never got a chance. Playing soccer. That's like World Cup soccer. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. The Japanese love their professional wrestlers. If you're an American wrestler, you are like very respected very highly. So I mean, I tried many years ago. Respected more there than here even. And we put them up here, Yeah, I believe so. I tried many years ago. I did a gimmick called the Russian Destroyer. I had a Russian mask, Russian chain, Russian flag, and I was trying to get over to Japan. And I also was trying to get down in Puerto Rico when Bushwhacker Luke. I talked to him on the phone, and he was going to book me, but he booked David Flair instead, and it was my shot, my opportunity. But that's as close as I got to Puerto Rico. But I mean, Puerto Rico's wild. Yeah, I'd probably get stabbed down there, probably. You know what I mean? But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, they train very. I mean, there's some people over there now. One of the guys who was in Fight Underground, AJ Alexander, he's wrestling in Japan right now. I see a lot of his stuff on YouTube. So I mean, he comes back over here into the States. He's going to be bigger than he was when he left, because over there he's an international superstar. You're a superstar once you go to, say, Canada or Japan or Mexico. You're somebody in my eyes. So I don't know. Question for you here. Okay. Another one. I told you I was at the gym and I saw a monster.
Okay, this kid would have been a baby face because he's just good looking
yeah.
and like
All American, the
athletic
all
and do
American
like
boy.
all kinds of shit like CrossFit stuff, but looks like a bodybuilder. Okay,
gotcha.
If a guy like that wanted to break into the business and he's athletic, how long would he have to train? Is it shorter if you're athletic and picking up on it, or?
Well, some people pick up on it quicker, but not everybody's Kurt Angle. You know what I mean? Hey, Tony. Right. Tony, what's up?
Well, there's guys that are like, this is what I'm getting at. There are guys that are Division I college wrestlers and gold medal medalists that aren't as successful as Kurt Angle. Just because you're athletic, big, and athletic, it doesn't always translate. You got to be able to talk.
Well, I don't know if you've seen this, but that Gabe Stevenson got signed by the Buffalo Bills today, and I didn't even know he had any type of football experience. So they can train him because, I mean, as Tony will tell you, and as he told me, like at Carlton Hasselrig, you know, he was a great wrestler, and the Steelers, he was a Pro Bowl offensive lineman because he was that tough, you know. So, you know, you could probably go from wrestling to the NFL, or it all depends. Like, there's a couple guys, like Chad Gabriel is great in the WWE with that Olympic background that he got. But I mean, Kurt Angle took it. Yeah, well, Kurt Angle was a freak. A freak and a phenomenon that took it very, very quickly. Because I seen Kurt Angle's first match in New Jersey at the 50th anniversary of the NWA in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, and it was a battle royal. So yeah, Tony says he has zero experience, and he says today was the first time Gabe put cleats on. And then he said the WWE released him, Gabe, and that's why. So he's trying to do that Brock Lesnar thing. Remember when Brock Lesnar played for Minnesota, and he was just, I don't know. He could have made the team with a little bit more experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Defensive tackles.
You don't have to, ball, definitely.
Yeah, you can shoot the gap, do whatever, stuff like that.
Well, they do that with rugby players. You know, they bring rugby players in. But speaking of rugby, our boy Mark is trying to get Chris Kuntz to come on his show. Did you see him posting all that stuff?
I seen him post that stuff. I mean, our boy, our mate from Australia, he's doing stuff like he does shows every day. I listen to him on my way to work. You know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Sometimes he does a half hour.
And his shows come out so randomly that I can't get the pulse of when they're coming out. So I just watch them as I see them.
Well, like right now, it's 9 o'clock, a little after 9. Like over in Australia, it's 1 o'clock. So he does all his stuff in the afternoon, and then he goes to work. So he just tries to cut a couple videos, and he probably gets the Steeler news a little later because of the time differential. But I'm going to the Castle facility tomorrow to meet with Tony. So we're going to be talking some stuff because we are going to be down at the Castle Complex, the Castle facility, August 24th and October 26th. We are going to be running shows. Then we're going to be gearing up for 2025. You know, I actually had a guy contact me from Johnstown about doing a fundraiser, but the thing about fundraisers is, and because Larry put some stuff out for fundraisers, the fundraisers thing is it's the organization, you know, I mean, there's different tiers. So they can, you know, they pay for the show. Cause back in the day, we used to have, APWF different tiers of fundraisers. Like, level A was, you know, you could book two named stars plus your independent stuff. And it was that kind of price, you know, plus you get the doctor, you know what I mean? And then what they do is then all the ticket sales is theirs. You know what I mean? But I got to pay, you know, like Tammy says, you got to put a little bit in for expenditures for the company. You know what I mean? So, and then like, level like B, like the B package would be like one name, and then the rest independents with the doctor and the facility. And then they get all concessions. They get all the tickets. They just buy, you know, we set the price with the wrestlers and what it would cost to have the APWF come in. And then you do a package C where it would just be independent wrestlers, you know, with no names. That would be your most economical package. And we used to do that back in the day. Like, I mean, hey, I got $15,000 off Leo K for a wrestling show. And that's when we booked. I'm looking at the poster right now. We booked Matt Hardy. We booked Nikolai Volkov. We booked Rhino. Yeah. So, I mean, I worked it. I didn't make $1, but, and Tony says he can't wait to talk about wrestling tomorrow, I think, in the Bart Scart voice. But yeah, I mean, that's just a lot of stuff, man. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot. You know what? Last week, that Pros of Wrestling, I mean, that was a good show last week. And
let's talk about that real quick.
You love Super Oprah.
I'm a Mark. So is my wife. I mean, it's just that gimmick is so funny.
Oh, I was laughing too, man. I've never seen him live.
He has it polished. When he pulls out his part of his bra and starts slapping people with it, I mean, and here's the thing: when he wrestles, he wrestles. What's the name of the guy with the bone? Beastman.
That's the Beastman. Yes.
When he wrestles Beastman, that is a better match because they work real well together, and it's kind of comical. The kind of the campy things they do.
Well, I'm gonna try to get. I had the Beastman for October, but Pros of Wrestling was running on the same day, but they are not now. They're running a couple weeks ahead of us in October, which is good. God bless America. So
October.
October. I would like
we could see
the Beastman in Johnstown. Well, if I can get Oprah, I like that match. That's a good entertaining match. But I mean, the Beastman is like a special attraction, like Andre the Giant to me around here in the independents. It's just
he makes his rounds because I've seen video of him in
he's everywhere. He's been in major companies. He's been in like Major League Wrestling. He's been in major wrestling companies. So, I mean, the Beastman, that gimmick, I seen him wrestle Rhino one time, and it was a hell of a match.
So these guys, ladies and gentlemen, we went there together this weekend. When Bubba walks in, everybody knows Bubba.
No,
everybody's like, "Hey, Bubba." Like 50% of the people knew who you were, and you haven't worked in the business in how long? 15 years?
Well, I haven't promoted in 15. I haven't wrestled. I quit wrestling. I retired in wrestling, I think, 2021. My last match was in Imagine Wrestling when I got I got that Hall of Fame thing, and I won a tag team match. And I'll never wrestle again. Like I said today on the radio, I never will. My body's beat up. I was on the bench today doing working the chest with like 25-pound weights, doing flies. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't get off the bench because my back is so bad. Like I look like a fucking tortoise that got flipped over in the Arizona desert. And then I had my bicep reattached, and with a torn bicep, I could still do 55s in each hand and do this with torn bicep. But now it's like 25 pounds, 35 pounds feels like I don't lift
like
heavy.
75.
I don't lift heavy at Planet Fitness. Now,
I don't lift heavy either, but it's just I could if I wanted to. Like I could do it. You muscle it up, it'd be fine.
Right.
But I don't I'm so weak from and it hurts. Right. And it didn't hurt before.
Well, when I go to Uptown Fitness, they have the Olympic bars. So I do like the Olympic bars. They're 45. You put 25s. I can I can shrug. I'll put 45. I don't go heavy anymore. I do not.
Yeah, that's what I do. 45s.
I mean, I'm 300 and some. I mean, I was losing weight. I probably gained a little bit because I went to Bob's Pizza last night. God bless Bob's Pizza. Big shout out to Bob's. I got some pizza and Wapaho, and talked to Ted and Becky, and they said, "Hey, we saw your your Gazette interview," and I was like, "Oh, thanks." And she's like, "Hey, you can put a poster up
at Bob's?"
I have a poster up, but someone told me that someone took it down, so I got to go back up and put. I'm telling you, people are hey, I mean, we're almost the first 2 rows are almost sold out. I like Chris said, probably a lot of walk-ups, but I mean, I like to have we got 23 days. I'm hoping that everybody knows me, comes out and supports the product that I'm putting on. And just be entertained. And it's for the Teddy Bear Fun Drive. Like today, I mean, like I said, professional wrestling is like a movie. So you're going to have comedy, you're going to have action, you're going to have everything. It's story driven. I mean, like, and you're going to see the best independent wrestling talent. There's so many wrestlers out there now There's shows. There's a show tonight in Jaffa at the Big Time Wrestling with Kurt Angle and stuff. I couldn't go because I was doing a show, and I can't go to every show. I mean, I just can't.
I don't. I don't. It's just Kurt Angle. I don't know if I want to see him now.
I picked Kurt Angle up at his house, man. I picked him up, and I drove him around one time. So I mean, we had him on an APWF show, and he gave Kyle L's dad the ankle lock. That's all he could do. That's all he could do. He couldn't do any more. He cut a promo. He was doing it some collegiate wrestling, amateur wrestling at Teal College, doing some speaking. But that's all he could do was put Dr. Feelgood in an ankle lock. He couldn't do the Olympic slam. He couldn't do any of that stuff. He could just do that's all because during that time he was WWE contractual and he couldn't do it. So hey, Mr. K, what's up? Long time no see. Me and Mr. K were out in the sun today, chatting about life. He's a big Batman fanatic, huge comic book collector, man. And speaking of comic books, I went to the store today, and man, these prices of comic books are outrageous, man. The number 50 of Wolverine was like, I think it's $8 for an issue of Wolverine number 50. It's ridiculous.
Well, let's talk about that because I just saw on Kickstarter there's a G.I. Joe collection. Okay, $300 for the hard copy, and then that's just for like the Cobra, and then the GI others. So to get the whole set is $600. They call it the His collection.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I already have the whole collection. I have the whole volume 1 of GI Joe at Marvel, and I wouldn't do that because Larry, the guy who created GI Joe, Larry Hama, was pumping it up and trying to get people and I'm actually collecting GI Joe again because I started back up with the different company at issue 299 because now they're at like 300. But yeah, I mean, comic books are very expensive. Very expensive.
What does a comic book cost now?
Well, the Marvel comics, like Mr. K said, the comic book prices are ridiculous. Marvel, $3.99, $4.99, $7.99. The one Spider-Man was $10.99. It's just ridiculous. So I mean, I don't
have anything to relate it to, but McDonald's is $15 for one person or two people to eat. So,
remember when McDonald's was actually taste good and it was great. Now if you get a Big Mac, it's not even 30 years ago when I was a kid and my mom took me and my sister to McDonald's. You got this styrofoam Big Mac and then you got the French fries, and you thought you were like the king eating at McDonald's. Now I had a McDonald's thing last year, and the McDonald's, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, we went there yesterday, and I had a couple of his fries, and I had one little hamburger.
Well, if you want to get a good shit, you go to McDonald's because all that grease will make you shit. I mean, that's true. I mean, if you want to take a good shit,
I haven't had it I haven't had it 4 or 5 years.
Well, that's probably why. I'm not speaking of shit, but the king is here. He must have heard Burger King. I like Burger King than I do McDonald's anyway. But
me too.
From Larry Stryker's in the house, and he is the host of Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk. And you guys can catch that interview where I was on his show, and we went in depth with the APWF, and I was giving I think Larry a little history lesson. But God bless Larry. Larry is the media consultant for the Allied Powers Wrestling Federation. I know he wants Mandy Rose in the worst way. To be booked. I told him, I was like,
7,500.
He's have to cut off an arm and a leg. She'd be so much. God bless him. I mean, it'd be a GoFundMe, you know what I mean? But
it'd be a good movie, a good story.
A good movie? Larry meeting Mandy Rose.
Larry takes a loan out from a loan shark to get Mandy Rose, and the whole story is about him working off that loan to get Mandy Rose to come to the show.
And then if he doesn't pay it off, the loan sharks will F him up, and he's got to hurry up and think of ways to get that loan. He said it's going to be testicles. That's what he said. Yeah.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay. Shane had to go. But hey, Shane will be back. But also, like I said, I want to give a big shout out to Bob's It's My Pizza. Last night I got some pizza. And if you're in Indiana County, you know what I mean? You can get a slice of the Bob's. And then our boy Steeler Nation Australia. You know what? He's a great dude. He supports everything me and Shane does. And we've been on his show. He's been on ours. And it's nice to have some international, bond with some Steeler fans. And he'll be coming to the States in December. Hopefully we can get him down at the Triple B Bar and Grill here and have a beer. Shane's thinking of some other ideas, and we were thinking about, trying to get him on DVE because, we're stuff like that. I was just talking while you were, you had to take a little siesta, but, like we got back to, I got so many, I'm looking at all these comic books I need to put in boxes. I don't have enough time to categorize them. I don't have enough time to read them. And that's why I got digital stuff so I can read them digitally on my cell phone and my tablet, but I'm so far behind. And, it's just, it's a great hobby. I've had this hobby all my life. I'm going to keep doing it. And then I got me and Cable got me back in. I kind of got back into collection Marvel action figures. I don't do too many wrestling figures anymore. I do the Todd McFarlane. I don't know. I watched this video and I posted on my Facebook. I'm a huge Todd McFarlane fan when he drew for Marvel. Huge fan. Now he is going back with Marvel.
Yeah, saw that.
Did you see that video where he's making statues of all his famous McFarlane Marvel covers and maybe action poses? And those statues, I don't know where the hell I'm going to put them at, but they had the one with Captain America that looked like the bomb. Now Spider-Man.
So what do those run? $300?
Oh man, I don't even know yet. They're just in the prototype stages. They just threw a couple out there because he's been trying to, like McFarlane was talking about getting with the big three, like DC, Star Wars, and Marvel. Well, he had some stuff with DC with that DC line. I don't have any of that stuff, okay? But he hasn't got into Star Wars because if you get in the Star Wars line, you're making big money. But now he's finally got into Marvel.
Yeah, but Star Wars stuff's not selling. Like you see all that stuff at Ellie's.
Lando Calrissian, man. You can only get some Andy Landos, like the Mandalorian, like Darth Vader sells. Like I did get a black Carsantan in the black
that's
figure.
a cool one.
I bought the first one because the first one was shitty and it didn't look good, and I got the second one and I took the second one out of the box and I got it up here because I have like a little display. And then Mr. K says he does great DC statues and figures. McFarlane does. I like him when he does Spawn, but I never got any Spawn figures. And hopefully, I think that's going to be the next big R-rated comic book movie when they get that done. Spawn's going to be rebooted, redesigned, and better than it was when what was his name? Jay White was, or Michael White or something when he played him. It'll be better.
Now, with the Deadpool movie coming out, how excited are you about that?
Oh, I'm pumped. I'm ready. I think that movie is going to shoot Marvel adrenaline into people because I don't know if you watched X-Men 97.
I did.
Okay.
Except for the very last episode.
Okay. Well, I won't say nothing because there's some people that I want to talk to that haven't watched the last one yet. And I told them, let me know.
But I didn't understand. I don't know enough about what was going on. I'm just like, it was entertaining, but it's just like, I couldn't get over Rogue's accent. It just made me like,
well, that's what she is. Well, no, that is her accent. She's Southern.
I know, it's terrible.
Well, no, that lady's getting a nominated for an Emmy.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, speaking of that, see, Mr. K got some. They have the new comic book Black Panther versus the Predator.
Oh man.
Well, Predator is now part of Walt Disney.
Predator
and
would just annihilate
No, not the Black Panther. Would not annihilate the Black Panther. They had problems with Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was Dutch.
Yeah, but that's Dutch. I don't see it like how
Well, they're doing another prequel of Prey, and then they're doing another Predator.
Like that. I like that really Prey.
I wanted to watch that in the Comanche language. I wanted to watch it in an Indian language. But you know what? I just found out
versus Bigfoot.
Well, you know what I just fucking found out today, and me and Mr. K were talking about the fucking
what's that?
Godzilla -1. I think tonight goes on Netflix. Boom.
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah. So you heard it here first. You know, I think they're going to do Black Panther to relate to Prey, and he said jungle shit. It'd be in a jungle, and the Black Panther in the jungle. Black Panther is a bad motherfucker from Wakanda.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but yeah, to what I watched the Godzilla -1 in Japanese. The subtitles were no subtitles on my lovely cable system, and I mean it was great. I mean I saw it live at the movie theater, and you know what I missed? I missed fucking Planet of the Apes movie. I was gonna watch it. Indiana had it the last night. It was last night. I thought I was gonna go. I thought this weekend, I could catch it, but I got so much going on.
I haven't seen movies. Like usually, I'm the one who's up on.
I know
stuff,
you're up. Well, speaking of, did you watch The Fall Guy?
I did not. Like I said, I'm terrible. Usually I'm the guy who's like ahead of the game on that stuff.
Yeah, you're ahead of me. But I'm going to tell you guys, it's not like the TV show. I mean, I did like the TV show with Lee Majors, and who doesn't like Lee Majors? But I watched it the first time I fell asleep, so I really didn't get it. But me and Tammy watched it the other day, and I'm telling you what, it had a good story. Ryan Gosling was good. Emily Blunt was good. I just got to put it this way: he's not a bell jumping guy, okay? But it's the girl from Ted Lasso, the blonde owner of the soccer team.
Oh yeah.
She's in it. Yeah, she's in it. So I said I think it's okay. Me and Tammy gave it a thumbs up. It's a love story. It's kind of a comedy love story, but with action.
Yeah, that's just like Roadhouse, the new Roadhouse kind of.
I didn't see that yet.
You like it?
I didn't see it yet. See, I'm behind on that one with you.
They're going to come out with another one.
That's what I heard.
Because it made so much money.
Well, that's what I heard. I need to watch that one. But if you guys are watching The Fall Guy, you need to stay through the whole credits, though. That's all I'm going to say. Stay through the whole credits. And they do have the truck that they had through The Fall Guy.
I did see that.
Yeah. So, I mean, I like the TV show. I always liked that TV show. So, and it's got nothing to, he's a stunt man, and they got Aaron Johnson, the guy who plays fucking Kraven the Hunter. He's in it. So, and he was Quicksilver, and he was in the Godzilla movie. So, yeah. So, I mean, that was the only movie that I saw. And you know what I watched this week? Tires on Netflix.
I did too.
Yeah, that is good stuff.
That guy is basically that guy could have went to Marion Center.
I think he did. I think I hung out with him, or I think I'm him.
Because he says everything we think.
Well, yeah. I mean, I say it anyway sometimes.
Guess who drives that car? And that's just true. It's
They're already 6 episodes, ladies and gentlemen. They're 23, 22 minutes. 6 episodes. They already signed season 2. You can watch it. Me and Tam watched it in one night this week.
I did too. I was like, what?
I was hooked.
I mean, I just kept, and it flew by, and I'm like, wait, it's over?
Does it remind you of a fucking gas station or tire place in the same area as The Office? Seems like it was in the same. It seems
better.
Like it's in the same town.
I think it's better than The Office because
I'm not a big Office fan.
Me neither. I was like, eh.
But I like that fucking Shane Gillis. I think he's funny.
Shane Gillis is funny. Yeah.
Oh my God, he's so funny. And he used to write for Saturday Night Live. He used to write for Saturday Night Live, and he got fired.
He literally showed up, and the next day he was fired because they looked at his content from years ago. That's it's not racist. It's just borderline edgy stuff.
Well, hopefully the comedy and the comedians do stuff like they did for the Tom Brady roast. Come on.
Well, I think the pendulum with that is swinging back.
I think Jerry Seinfeld is
there's I wish I knew the name of this girl, but she has an OnlyFans account and she's a comedian. And I just saw her yesterday. She is funny as hell. She's
how hot is she? How hot is she?
She's probably only about a 7.
Oh, so that's $7.99 then, or 6?
No, 7 out of 10.
Oh, so it's no. I mean, where you pay monthly, $6.99.
Oh, I don't know how that works, but I mean,
I don't. I'm
either. Just saying, she's funny though. She's so funny. I'll have to look. I'll look her up on Facebook and send it to you. But
okay. Yeah, I don't.
I'm following her now, so her stuff's gonna come into my feed.
Oh yeah. Well, I've been getting when I did that radio show today, I've been getting these bots oh, hey, how you doing? How's the climate? And somebody's like, it's the climate is Klingon. And then I said something. Somebody asked me today, some girl when I was at Planet Fitness, she goes, where are you from? I said, I'm from the planet Krypton. She's like, are you single or married? I said, I'm happily married. Like, where to get these? They get these chicks.
Wait. They're calling you. These are random chicks
These
calling
are
you for
stuff
what?
on Facebook. They send me messages, Facebook messages. You know what I mean? They're trying to scam. You know what I mean? Or they make a comment. They have a comment, and if I'm posting stuff about wrestling, hey, give me a message. Send me a message. Looks like this is great stuff. Send me. I'm not sending a fucking bot a message. First off, you're not buying any tickets, and you're a bot. Like, you know what I mean? Like they think that maybe I'm that stupid. I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's just that they must sit in like
Strange.
a room, 10 of them, and they just do this to like all these guys. And I don't know what the hell they do.
I just
I
don't
don't know.
understand how people can, like, you see on Dateline and stuff where these people like, here's $1 million. I've never met you.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
like,
some people
how
do, like the
stupid
Twinders, the Twinder swindler or whatever. I watched that.
Yeah.
Girls were
Yeah.
giving that guy fucking money, thought he was a fucking, a prince of diamonds or what. I mean, people are just lonely, I think. Just lonely. I mean, if you're that lonely, you go to Vegas, go to the Mustang Ranch, have a drink, and have fun.
Well,
I guess.
these
I
and
don't
these
know.
people have the money to like go socialize, go on a cruise or something.
Or they can't talk, or they don't
bingo.
know how to talk. People don't know how to talk anymore. Socializing is a lost art form because everybody's on their phones. I mean,
I don't know. I guess I don't see that because my kids socialize too much.
well, I mean, I socialize all the time. I talk
Yeah,
all
me and
the
you,
time. Yeah. Well,
it's like we have it's
the
like we have
Twitch.
the social tisms. Like,
Twitch. Oh, Larry Brewer's in the house. Speaking of Brewer, if anybody ever wants to check out Brewer's Bar down in McIntyre, they have specials every
oh,
day. I haven't had a chance to because I'm so busy. I haven't been going out, but I know he has burgers.
really?
He has tacos. Yeah, I always share stuff on my social
How
feed.
far
Like
is
I try.
McIntyre from you?
McIntyre from my house is probably 20 minutes. 20 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. Well, maybe one time we'll go grab something to eat.
Yeah, I'll have to do
Yeah.
that. That's
Well, I
crazy.
mean, I'm so busy. Like I get off work, I try to work out, I try to eat right, and then I've been off the wagon a little bit, so that's not good because my doctor's probably not happy. I'm not happy because I'm not counting my calories.
Well, don't feel
You
bad.
know,
I've been off the wagon
and I
since
lifted
about
today.
Christmas.
Well, I lifted today, but you're not. I'm a little heavier than you, but I mean, I lifted twice this week, and that's not good. Usually, I'm just not. I'm motivated to do stuff, but lately I've been like watching a lot of stuff on the internet about stuff that's going on in the world, and then I just fucking I was like, and then I got like, oh my god, it's times, I got to get some other stuff done. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, I start
I
watching and I just can't watch. It makes me too
I know,
upset. But I will
I
tell
know.
you this.
Tell
I
me
watched I don't think you watched this. South Park has a episode
already.
about Ozempic.
Oh, jeez.
It is
Oh.
fantastic.
You know what? I haven't watched South Park in a while. I haven't watched Rick and Morty due to the guy
No,
that the voice changed. Like
Bubba, this is like this
I'll have
South
to
Park
watch
from
it.
the past, like the past from COVID on,
Uh-huh. Classic.
has been 10 plus plus plus. Like it's like
Okay.
over the top
Okay.
great.
I love anime. Like I don't know I don't watch Bob Burgers and some other crazy. I don't watch that kind of animation. I did watch.
No, it's so good.
I watched. Like I said, Rick and Morty, and it was good. And then when he got in trouble, and then they changed the voices. I can tell the voices are different. I can tell. So I haven't watched the last season, but I watched the Star Wars animated stuff. I do. I think the last 4 episodes of the Clone Wars season, the last season, was the greatest. Probably the greatest animated stuff I've ever seen. Yep. I mean, when Ahsoka is on that ship with Darth Maul have to tag up, and then at the end there, all those fucking soldiers are dead, and Vader comes, and you know what I mean? Like that 4-part episode. I finished watching The Bad Batch. That was very good. I mean,
loved it.
That was good. It was intriguing. It was a story. Maybe they will have live action characters of that because it's different. It's not the Star Wars Luke Skywalker, because I'm getting right into something else here because we're going right into Star Wars. I think they need to change it, and they are changing it up with this, the accolades coming. There it is right there.
Are you excited about it?
I am, because I'll be honest with you, it's different. Look, I like Darth Vader. I'm a huge Vader fan. I'll always be a Darth Vader fan. But you got to have something different, like the High Republic. They had the comic books. They had different Jedis, and they had different storylines. And I did collect maybe 10 issues of that. But I didn't. I mean, how many comic books can I get? I can't get every single Star Wars book.
I think they're resetting, and they're going to push now to the Old Republic. I think they realize the Acolyte's not going to get, because Leslie Headland just took a big dump on all male fans today.
Oh, did she? Why did they do that? Like,
garbage.
What the?
She's hot garbage.
Like, why did they do that? Like, look, I love TV shows. I love movies, but not every movie and every TV show does it have to be the females have to be the leading badasseries. That it doesn't work that way. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, it goes back to this. If you're telling someone how awesome it is, it's not awesome. You shouldn't, and females shouldn't have to say how badass they are. You don't have to, like no one had to tell us that Linda Carter was awesome back in the day, or no one had to tell us that Carrie Fisher was good.
Well, speaking of Linda Carter, real quick, I saw a video when she was dressed up as Kiss, and they did this fucking song, and she was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Man, you'll have to Google it. But I mean, here's another picture of the accolades, all these Jedis that I have no clue, but they're already coming out with that Wookiee. See that Wookiee with the thing?
Yeah. Marvel. I hope they go Old Republic instead of High Republic.
Well, Marvel is coming out with a comic book with that Wookiee very soon. Like, I just seen it. Like, they just put it out today. Like, I don't know any of these people. Now they have a Japanese kind of like Jedi. And then it must have been his apprentice turned to the dark side. I don't know how that's going, but I wasn't happy when they had, fucking what's her name in the last Skywalker. What was her name?
Rey.
Yeah, not a big fan. Unless they made her the daughter of Han Solo and Leia, but they didn't do that right. They did not do that right. They fucked that all up because it was twins, and
no,
they just didn't do it right.
There's videos out there where it, like on Star Wars Theory does it, and it just came out last week, where he goes over the plans they had for Kenobi, and the story was like a buddy cop where him and Cody like link back up. Remember Cody shot at him? And there's like a scene like Lethal Weapon where he's giving him a hard time, like, you shot at me, like, remember that? You remember like where he's on that thing and he's fallen, and because Cody shot at him when Order 66 came out.
Yeah.
So fast forward to now that basically he leaves Tatooine to go on all these missions, and he leaves Cody to watch Luke. He's not going to leave that planet unless he has someone to look after. So it's that made more sense to me to have that, that dynamic where he's just not wasting away. And it's almost like, and they also tied in themes from, remember, was it Superman 2 or 3 where Christopher Reeve's Superman lost his powers?
That was when he was in the restaurant. That was Superman 2 when they had the General Zod. Yeah. And he was getting beat up by a customer. Yeah.
So that is what they were going to have Obi-Wan go through. Like, they weren't going to make him a total puss like they did in this thing. They were basically, he lost faith in the Force, so he lost some of his power. And it just shows a combination of Superman 2 and Rocky 4, where he's building up to get, well, that just sounds like a better show, doesn't it?
Well, kind of. But the thing about it, where was I going to go with that was, oh God, I lost my train of thought. With Obi-Wan, like they're not going to have a season 2, I don't think.
No.
Vader was badass when he took that whole ship down, in my eyes. That's how Vader is supposed to be. And they got it right with Rogue at the end of Rogue One, and they got it right in Obi-Wan. But also too, that I know what I was going to say. but in the cartoon animation, like Obi-Wan fucking finishes off Darth Maul. And
that was going to be in there too.
Yeah,
they were going to have Darth Maul as the bad guy.
Yeah, and they need Darth Maul because Darth Maul they should do that Han Solo movie and finish that storyline, because that storyline is still sitting there.
Yeah, so Darth Maul is supposed to be part of that. He's supposed to be the big baddie through the Rey series. You know, like it wasn't supposed to be. It was supposed to be, you know, so that was supposed to be tied in there, and they just didn't tie everything in. If they would have done what Marvel did over the first 2/3 of Marvel's iteration,
the first two phases of MCU was the last phase. And the waiting on the fucking Blade fucking movie, it's been 5 years in the waiting. It's just ridiculous. And the main villain is Dracula, as we know. But that actor who's playing Blade, I wouldn't sit around for that shit. I'd have been gone already, because it's just ridiculous. Mr. Martello, thanks for tuning in. So and speaking of Marvel, now I don't know, because I do love this actor, Carlo Esposito there.
Yeah.
Good old the bird guy from Breaking Bad. Such a great movie. Great TV show. I mean that is Vince Gillen fucking writing that.
Better Call Saul is just in that mix. You can't have one without the other.
Those two series is probably the best written. I mean, it's so intriguing. I mean, now you know what truly happened, you know, at the end of Better Call Saul. If you went the whole way through it, I did, you know. But he is going to be in the Brave New World, the Captain America movie. So I don't know what character he's going to be. I don't know if they're going to make him Dr. Doom. I don't know if they're going to make him Norman Osborn. He's got to be a badass major character. He's not going to be Galactus. Yeah. That's already out the door. I mean, I don't know how many more big villains, you know what I mean? I mean, unless he's going to be an older Kang, because there's been speculation of a different Kang, an older Kang, but Jonathan Major Kang is not the same Kang. So they're going to have different actors play different Kang characters, like Rum Tut, Immortus, the Scarlet Centurion. They're going to have different actors play Kang. So I don't know, maybe, but I don't think Kang has anything to do with the Captain America movie. The Captain America movie is like, you know, the Red Hulk, you know, Harrison Ford's going to be the Red Hulk. And then, you know, the leader's coming back. The guy who was in the leader movie, that Samuel Stern, the leader, he's coming back from the Incredible Hulk movie. So I don't know, but I mean, all I know is I think when Deadpool and Wolverine, when that gets that's going to reboot everything. Because you're going to see, mark my words, you're going to see Deadpool and Wolverine in the final Avengers fucking, when they face Thanos, they are going to be jumping in there and fucking being in that fucking display of, I'm telling you, it's going to, you know, these guys and Ryan Reynolds cut a lot of that. He didn't want the fucking She-Hulk fucking actress in it. He didn't want fucking Brie Larson in it. He didn't want any of that shit. You know, he cut some stuff out. You know, he wanted him and fucking, you know, Hugh in it. That's what they need. So, you know, that's, I think, the end of July. That's the end of July. So
July 18th, I think, or July 8th or 18th.
Yeah, Cable and Mav were talking about going. And I said, dudes, I got to go see it before, like, during the week, because somebody will spoil it for me, you know, on the internet. I mean, that's just how it is. That's how they do it. They just spoil everything. And people just thrive on putting stuff out there. They can't keep their mouth shut.
July 26th.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause my birthday is the 29th. So that'll be my birthday gift to myself. 53, watching Deadpool Wolverine like I'm a 10-year-old kid. You know,
I'm so excited about that. It's just,
I'll have to watch.
I'm leaving for vacation that day, and I'm thinking, how am I going to see it? I might leave there later.
Well, but yeah. So I wanted to put this out here before we get out of here pretty soon. Imagine Wrestling tomorrow night at the Ballamero Social Banquet Hall up in Reynoldsville. Chris Coleman, the world beater, will be defending his title. So that'll be tomorrow night, bell time. So I'm the only guy that actually promotes other wrestling companies. But hopefully, hopefully people like promote mine. I'm the fucking ambassador of goodwill, I guess. I just rise above it. I'll do what I have to do, and everybody else, I try to help
No one
everybody
else
else
is
out.
the world's busiest podcaster, right? Hardest working podcaster in the biz.
I mean, some people do shows, but they don't do it on a regular basis. I mean, I'm doing it consistently on Wednesday and Friday, and then when Steelers season shows up, I'm going to probably do Mondays, the after games, the review of the games, and then we'll do that. We'll figure out a time because I know you're doing your West Virginia stuff, and then Wednesday it'll be the preview of the upcoming game. So I'll be doing twice a week.
Yeah, we'll do it Monday. We can do it Monday. I think that's a good time to do it. And if there's Monday Night Football, we'll change it.
Well, we're gonna have some watch-alongs, everybody. Me and Shane, we're gonna have some watch-alongs on preseason. Yeah. So I mean, the 24th, the 24th Steeler game's at 1:00, but we have a wrestling show at 7:00. So it'll be, and then that's the last preseason game, and that's just like guys like vying for jobs. You know what I mean? You're gonna get what you get. But hey, everybody, if you guys just tuned in, you guys can go to WCCS, the voice of Indiana County, and check out my interview today at the radio station that had over probably 1,400 or 1,500 hits on Facebook. So the word's getting out. I'm trying to spread the word. I'm trying to be a politician. That's why
I might not be able to wrestle anymore, ladies and gentlemen, but he can still cut a promo.
Well, thank you. I don't know. I didn't swear. Like people at work today, they're like, because I went in work late. They're like, I can't believe Burns is like, oh man. I go, Burns, I didn't swear. I don't know where he pops up and then he disappears. You know what I mean?
He popped up today? What?
Yeah, he sent me a text. He goes, "Wow, that was a pretty good interview." I said, "Why didn't swear, Burns?" Yeah, he heard it. There were some people that commented. I mean, people shared it and stuff. I mean, I shared it. I think Tammy said something because Tammy was working; she couldn't see it. But I mean, Josh Woodison, thank you so much. You know what I mean? I mean, we're doing for the Teddy Bear Fund Drive. We're going to do a percentage of the ticket sales. We'll go to the Teddy Bear Fund Drive. So hopefully, the more people we got there, the more money I can, give to charity. I mean, we got 600 tickets, going to be printed. Hopefully, we can sell. Who knows? Indiana's a big county. There's nothing to do that day. It's not about wrestling. It's about being entertained. If you're wrestling fans, that's a good thing. And if you're not, if you know me, support what I'm doing. I mean, I know people can't come all the time, but there's nothing going on. There's no what do you call it? No thunder in the valley. But hey, another thing before I get out of here, tomorrow, I don't know if you see me post this. This is Margie. Remember Margie Tonkin?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she owns a dog sit place, in Indiana.
Really?
Sit and Stay, I believe it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hold on. Let me go and get that here. So let me do this. I want to make sure I got it right, ladies and gentlemen, because I like to promote stuff. And the reason why I'm promoting this because it's the Sit and Stay Cafe. They have a coffee shop, and it's on 285 Philadelphia Street in Indiana, Pennsylvania, 724-234-2423. Okay, and tomorrow, and they have drinks and stuff too. They have a whole bunch of fancy drinks. Well, tomorrow they're having Tammy Slavinsky coming in and singing from 1 to 3. Tammy, if you ever heard, Tammy can sing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where's right here. She got there. She is. I wanted to bring her on a show and do an interview because she's down in Virginia and she has her own band and she's been singing for many, 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 many years. Yeah.
Must be tired.
But I'm gonna swing by tomorrow and show my support because I thought I was working and I didn't even know I had the weekend off. I took off 6 months ago because of the state. You have to take off 6 months. I didn't even know I had the weekend off, so I'm going to be able to swing by because it's only like 5 minutes by the house. So I think Tam's got to work, but I'm going to go down and see Tammy sing. I'm sure it'll be a Marion Center reunion. I'm sure. So I'll pop in and give my support. I mean, and Tammy's jumped on this show a couple times and watched it and stuff. And I like to share her stuff when she sings, but it's never shareable. Sometimes I have to just hit like, You know what I mean? But I can't share her stuff because she has like original songs and stuff. So if anybody's listening in the Indiana County area, you want to hear some great talent tomorrow, go to the Sit and Stay in Indiana, the dog place there by Margie, owned by Margie Tonkin. And Tammy's going to be there from 1 to 3 tomorrow. So I know she has a lot of following and people are going to show up and stuff. But like I said, so anyway, back to what I was doing. Meet and greet, 23 days away. 2 p.m. the meet and greet with EC3, NWA World Heavyweight Champion, and this is the main event, double main event. The Rad Boys and Team Tap Out, Donnie Fulmer, Chris Coleman, last time ever. Not doing it again because when I say it's once it's done, get your tickets right there. Main event had to cancel out to let everybody know. Card is subject to change. We do have a tag team coming in from Buffalo, Vince Valor and his partner. So we got some wrestlers cutting some promos now, and we're trying to get them out there. So you can get your tickets at www.apwfwrestling.com. I want to give a shout out to all the sponsors. Now I tried to do, I didn't get everybody today at the radio station. I had my phone up with everything and then my phone went black. And Tammy said I should have written it down, but I want to, big shout out to One Berg Club Sandwich, my buddy Todd DeFazio, Rob Wallback Insurance in Homer City, Optimal Heights, the physical therapy place in Indiana, AHT and 15701, the main event sponsor by Chad Henry, who's also the Indianapolis Colts scout and also was a writer and booker for the APWF when it was APWF 2000 back in the day. Shadco, Brad Shadle's company out of Marion Center. Phil Bender, PP&J's County Market. He's opening up a county market. He had a barbecue restaurant, but he's going to be doing something different. They're going to have 6-pack skill games. They're going to be selling like bakery goods, and they're going to cut like meat and cheese and stuff like that. And Debbie Piper Smith, Yucatan Tanning Salon in downtown in Indiana on 286. My insurance guy, Dave Smith and Clymer, State Farm, proud sponsor. Troy Fritz and the Bunker Club. They do these military model shows every year. He's going to be doing one in November. So I know the experience and probably the APWF will be given the sponsorship back. It all goes in a recyclable, in a circle. Shane Brandenburg, Aflac. If you need Aflac, good cancer policies, see Shane. Shane will be at the show. Maybe he'll be handing out cards. He'll be doing whatever. So if you need some insurance, see Shane Brandenburg. He's been doing it for many, 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 many years. And then Break All Productions out of Vegas, Frank Morano, thank you so much for donating. And then you have Alley Cat Beverage, the proud sponsor of the Triple B Bar and Grill, the Triple B Experience, the Steeler Dynasty podcast show, and the APWF. That is where I get my beer. That is where I get my sarsaparillas there in Clymer. So Amanda and Eric, thank you so much for being a proud sponsor. And also, if you want to become a wrestler, Stronghold Training Center, they have trained the greats. They have a lot from people in WWE to AEW. So anybody that wants to become a professional wrestler, contact Stronghold Training Center. Those are all proud sponsors. Right here is the tryout, open tryouts. Like, there you go. Fundamentals, sign up. Rise Wrestling, one of the few federations that actually has been helping me out, and got some guys. And I want to give another shout out to Big Mike from Imagine Wrestling. Big Mike is a super guy, super supporter of the Allied Powers Wrestling Federation. Big supporter of yours truly, and I support Big Mike. So I thank Big Mike. They're wrestling tonight. The Rad Boys are wrestling up at the Jaffa, and Big Mike's up there supporting the Rad Boys. And I just want to say, shout out to Mike because Mike shares all the stuff.
Yes, he does.
On his Facebook, and I truly appreciate it. And speaking of sharing stuff on Facebook, he just jumped on is our man. I didn't check out the pay-per-view picks, but I know he's upset because I picked Nia Jax as the queen.
Yep.
He is the queen. But everybody, this is our man from Punxsutawney. He's got his podcast show, Buckle to Buckle, with Kal-El. He just jumped on. So I know SmackDown's over. He's the WWE connoisseur on our Mania Megacast panels. He knows his wrestling. He knows his wrestling. So I just want to give a shout out to him. And also, Shane, here's a shout out to you there on your I gotta get a new promo pick, but that you're always looking like
I just sent one today that was a show we did. I did this before this one was. I went through West Virginia's schedule and I ranked from hardest to to easiest what it looked like, and they have a tough schedule, but not nearly as tough as some teams. But
yeah, well, your West Virginia football. So, like I said, people, when Shane does his shows, I try to share them on my personal page. And like I said before, when we started, and we keep saying this, we keep reiterating it.
Yep.
I've been tagging people. Look, there's a lot of people on my personal Facebook page that are Steeler fans. And look, ladies and gentlemen, that's why I added you to my personal Facebook page. I added you because you're Steeler fans. I don't know you guys personally, but I have a bond with Steeler fans. I added you because you're Steeler fans. Now, you have to go and subscribe to my channel because realistically, my personal page is personal stuff, more of professional wrestling and more pulp culture and more personal stuff. I don't put a lot of Steeler stuff on anymore because it's on the Dynasty Podcast Facebook page and YouTube channel when I post a lot of Steeler stuff because I want people to go there.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm tagging all you people. I mean, hopefully you guys, the Burns, the Booth, Javicki's. I miss you guys on Wednesdays. We miss you guys talking Steelers football. It's not on my personal page. It's on the Dynasty Facebook page and on YouTube. You have to subscribe to see that. Now, me and Shane I've been telling people for 3 weeks now. Because I know when we used to do it on my personal page, we got a lot and a ton of Facebook people. Okay. But we're trying to get the YouTube stuff a click in here. Okay, we're slowly doing it organically. We're looking at like getting 75 subscribers, then we go to 100. And then after that, we only need 400 more because you just get 500 and 3,000 hours. I guarantee during this season, I will have a couple thousand hours of Steeler content for everybody to watch. That will be a fact because that's how I built the Triple B experience. I had almost over 1,000 subscribers with that, and I have like almost 1,000 hours. And also, you can check it on Spotify, ladies and gentlemen, because we have all our shows that I do on Spotify under the Triple B experience, Steelers, pulp culture, everything, interviews, everything under one banner for the audio because I can't split that up because it's money to split stuff up and you got to redo it. And I just wanted everything on one on that for the Audify. So
we don't have an intern for that.
I'm working on it. We need an intern for our APWF, website, which we do. So like I said, there it is right there. That's the logo, apwfwrestling.com. Our website that's where we're selling tickets at. Hey, we have a Facebook. When I tag people on my social media, Facebook page personally to the Steelers site, the wrestling site, the experience site, I'm trying to do that to try to socialize and market what I'm trying to do. So it's a tedious process and I have to do it every day. So I'm sorry that I'm lambasting everything out there. But if I don't do it, other people do. And I think my company is just as good as everybody else's. And I'm working to get our company as good as everybody else's because we haven't been in the game for a while. But that doesn't, front page of two newspapers. And then today at the local radio station, and I have an article that's going to get done about the show. Jim Lamano is going to write up. I got some questions. He's going to write up the article. I answered all the questions. I got to get it back to him, and it'll be out very, very soon. So, okay, I think I'm done now. So, Shane, do you have anything to promote before you get out of here, brother?
That's it. Just like and subscribe to the Dynasty podcast. If you're already subscribed to the Triple B, go over Steelers Dynasty podcast. And if you have subscribed to that, then subscribe to Steelers Nation Australia, which is our buddy station.
Yeah, it's our international station, our international brother. He'll be coming to Pennsylvania the week of Christmas. Mom, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Mom, you have to subscribe. I know she doesn't know how to hit the button for YouTube. I'll work on it. I'll hook her up. So
it's been a fun one.
Yeah, like I said, this is a no script needed, raw, uncensored. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to go back and see my radio interview today, go ahead, because it's looking at almost 1,500 views. Hey, it is what it is. We have 23 more days. So share, like, get your tickets, tell your friends, tell your family. It's for the Teddy Bear Fun Drive. It's for the kids, everybody. You know, it's 2.5 hours of pure entertainment. Where could you do stuff and watch wrestling and have a good time and just be entertained on a Sunday afternoon in Indiana? So, okay.
Can't.
So, Shane, I'll see you Wednesday. Have a great weekend, Shane.
See ya.
Everybody have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday for the Steelers Dynasty podcast, and I will be back next Friday night. God only knows what I'll be talking about or what I watched. I don't know. Hopefully I watched the Planet of the Apes somewhere. I don't have any clue. So, and also Wellness for Veterans, proud sponsor of the Triple B Experiences show on June 23rd for the APWF. So I wanted to get that out there. So I always support the veterans. So, okay, Shane, I'll see you. Take care, everybody. Good night, and have a great weekend. Be safe.